Greetings, everyone. In the last video I made about the YouTube, I don't know what that last video was about because I was doing a lot of ranting, and I was trying to ask Realism's Truth and anyone else who wanted to respond the question of how you deal with people who don't want to receive or aren't ready to receive knowledge. And, now that I'm on the next subject, for somehow things are coming out a lot more eloquently, but go figure. I read somewhere, I don't know if it was hadith or it had some Quranic association to it, but maybe it's a universal ideal, I'm sure it is, but it was said that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And what I took for that to mean is that, you can talk to someone, you can kick knowledge to someone all day long, but if they're lost or if they are adamant about not receiving that knowledge and receiving as little knowledge as possible, then there's no point. And yeah, I was just, how do you deal with that? Do you give up easily when it seems obvious that someone is just not in the right frame of mind, and just say, you know what, I can't talk to you later, peace out? Or do you work diligently to drop that knowledge on any and everyone that you can? But then again, coming to that conclusion would be you making a judgment, and judging others is something that we try not to do. But anyway, that's the question I was posing. And I had briefly talked a bit about what it means to be a lady. I hear a lot of brothers talk about black women not taking care of themselves, black women who cannot get men, keep men, find men due to the way they present themselves. And the thing about it is that when you listen to these brothers talking, although what they have to say is on the surface very hurtful and harsh in a lot of ways, there's a lot of truth to the things that they're saying as far as, their perspective. I mean, they can only speak from what they're shown. They can only speak on what they see, and they're not making this up. And I think that what it boils down to, a lot of these brothers are saying, is they don't see a majority of sisters who act like ladies. And I'll reference realism once again because I love the way she puts things in a non-attacking way. And again, I think it's so important for a sister to drop knowledge like that from a spirit of love. If you know if you know in your heart that that's not you, then you listen and keep it moving. But if you know or think in some way that that actually is you, then that explains why you come out and feel the need to defend yourself in ways that don't make any sense, because it's a knee-jerk reaction, it's an emotional reaction. But the truth is that I think a lot of what these brothers have to say have to do with the basics of being a lady. And in one of Realism's videos, she talks about that. That's it. The Art of Being a Woman. Excellent video from Realism's Truth. The Art of Being a Woman. And then Who Are You? The Art of Being a Woman, Part 3. That whole Art of Being a Woman series is excellent. Absolutely excellent. Just wonderful series. And that's important. A woman, a lady. A woman knows how to be a lady. I mean, it's the same concept. And then you look at Realism and how she's presenting herself. She is very well groomed, well dressed. This is a woman who loves herself. And I think that being a lady has to do with loving yourself. I think that a lady loves her body, which means that she takes care of it inside and out. She cares about what she consumes. because health starts from the inside out. You having shiny hair and pretty teeth and bright eyes has to do with what you're putting in your body, not just on it. You know, one thing that, one analogy I like to use with when referring to this is like seeing sisters who have these elaborate hairstyles, all gelled and all this stuff done to it, but from the neck down are completely sloppy. You know, referring to Realism's Truth videos, a lady cares about enhancing her unique and beautiful features, making herself look neat. I think if more of us focus on being healthy than being skinny, then we'll get to the healthy size that we need to be at. Because focusing just on being skinny isn't a healthy way to think. And that when you get into that mindset, you end up doing things to yourself that are deadly, basically. So, yeah, a lady loves her body, she takes care of it and shows pride in her appearance. A lady loves her man, she takes care of all of his needs. Physical, spiritual, emotional. She listens to her man, she respects her man, she submits to her man. I keep going back to submission, but she listens, she supports him, she feeds him, she rubs his shoulders when he's had a bad day, she cooks for him. And I'm not talking about going to the store. Well, you know what, I'm not going to even say that, because that, I don't want to criticize those sisters out there who are too busy to cook a fresh meal, because I'm not even going to speak on that, because I don't want to get pounded on for that. But it's just, for me personally, I'm just going to speak for me and from what I've heard from other brothers that I know, and in my personal experience, appreciate a woman that is not above getting picking a bunch of greens, sitting down, picking those greens, chopping them up or whatever, putting the turkey leg in the pot, cooking the greens down, cooking the beans, baking the chicken, washing the chicken, cleaning the chicken, doing all that and making a meal. Okay? Men love that. And to me, in my experience, that's how I like to do it. I like to cook fresh food, and I think, for me personally, cooking a good meal for your man, I think is such a rewarding, and it's such a warm feeling to me, and a satisfying feeling to me, to go in that kitchen and think up a menu, get the ingredients, get the fresh ingredients, and chop and pick and pluck and, well, I don't know about pluck, but shear and slice and press and make a wonderful, beautiful meal for my man that he absolutely loves. I love doing that. And if you only have time to buy the glory greens, and you get the rotisserie chicken, and you know the dinner rolls that are already made at the food counter, hey man, you know, do your thing, do what works for you, because you know we sisters know how to doctor it up too now. So hey, you doctor it up, put your seasoning on there and your Lowry's, and then hook it up, and it's all good. As long as you put love in the meal, it's just as effective. But anyway, a lady, I think, also loves her mind, and she exercises it and feeds it daily, be it reading self-help books, whether it's reading your spiritual guidebook, be it the Torah, the New Testament, the Quran, whatever you read that brings you closer to the Creator. And a romantic partnership that's important for both parties to not remain stagnant and to keep things alive by staying active, keeping their minds active, their bodies active, and it trickles down into keeping the relationship active and the chemistry between them active. That's my take on it, and that's the way it is. That's that on that, and good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.